Hi, good day to you. This is Rayn, founder of Forex 100. So if you are around, just say hi a bit. Wishing all of you a happy Chinese New Year. It's quite a year to start, correct? We have all these virus going around, so please take care of personal hygiene, and of course, if you have to go out, then wear a mask. That would be good. All right. So with that out of the way, how has your trading been for the new year? Mine is pretty good. Make some discovery during the breaks, and with all these breaks, sometimes it does give you a new perspective, which I will share shortly. We'll need your help by clicking the share button, so that more people can benefit from this. From my past experience, the 9 a.m. Facebook Live session is the best session somehow. Usually I have more people that actually come online. Might be they are on the way to work, or they are just trading from home, or they just do things from home. Alright, so let's get started, shall we? Alright, so first up, I'd like to share with you I'm doing this testing, and so far so good. If it is working well, I might even incorporate into course content and stuff like that. Yeah. So for those who have been seeing me going live for quite some time, you'll find that there is a new indicator is up. This red line over here, or brown line over here. Basically, it took me many years to change off indicator MACD settings. The point of this is to make it as alike with the market movement as possible. So I would love to say that this is the early phase of it, meaning to say that seems like I found it, but I have to do enough tests across all currency pair and across all time frame that I'm trading at least. So that will pull up to at least 36 different scenario. If it's all good and it is accurate and fast, I might be using these instead of the normal RSI. I'll be following my settings over here. Hi Tyler, happy new year to you. Okay, so yes, so this is how it goes. So let us get started. Yeah, so Tyler, on your end, are you still having holidays, or are you what you call back to work right now already? Alright, so let's have a look on euro dollar on the daily chart. On the daily chart, you can see that euro dollar is on a bullish run. Market right now has seated at the support area, which is quite a good consideration for you to buy up. Over here, this is the head and shoulder formation. Not the kind that I'll be trading it, but if this is what you are looking at, that'll be great. You can see the new calculation of my indicator does show the filter that allows me to enter for a short. However, the previous one doesn't allow me to do so. And of course, there are examples later you can see on dollar yen. The new filter, I think it doesn't allow me to enter for buy and stuff like that. So if you compare the two, I would say that the new filter seems better. So I'm still comparing because for the euro dollar, it does have a straight down, and dollar yen went flat for very long. We're talking about weeks and stuff like that, and it even showed weaknesses before it continued towards that direction. So this is just a one case versus one case, not enough test sample to say anything yet. So the testing might go some time. Hi Calvin. Wow, you just woke up. 8 a.m. over there, correct? Nice. Are you going to work later, or is holiday for you? Alright, so down to the 4-hour chart. So I just like to take this time to do a quick recap. Remember, we have this framework, APE, analyze, plan your trade, and execute your trade. So analyze the overall movement, whether is it a bullish movement or bearish movement overall, or is it a sideways. So don't just hurry up and just say everything is sideways, just go through the steps. This is the last leg of the move that created break and close below the low. The first break of the previous high created a higher high, retraces and created another higher high. Alright, so by having that, right now market is on a bullish run, and this is the starting point of the bull run. So having this setup right now is at the best scenario for consideration if you're looking for buying opportunity based off the daily chart. Down to the 4-hour, on the 4-hour chart, can see that the market is very bearish, but that let us not just assume that. This is the last leg of the bullish run. Market has break and closed below the low one time. Alright, correct. So another retracement and another break will turn this weaker bullish trend into a bearish trend. Down to the 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, this is what we have over here. Bearish movement as well. Market has retraced back into the high. In fact, I did a long yesterday. Alright, so for those who knew, read my setup, good for you. But those who didn't, it's okay. It's just a small movement, and I've already exited the trade. Alright, back to the daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis over here. So over here, can see that there is a bearish shark pattern, and on this pattern you can see that the market has came down, and obviously if you have take this trade early, congratulations, you have already hit the first target. If you have not, just like me, you are very strict to the rule. It's fine, at times this happen. Alright, so let us observe what is going on over here. I think there's a buying opportunity if you're looking for a buying opportunity, of course. So this is the last leg of the bearish movement, and I'm observing this that break the structure. I call it the impulse move, and having a retracement, it might form a bearish harmonic pattern. All right, to the 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, this is the area that I'm talking about. Yesterday I did a post, I think is here. Yep. So yeah, this is the movement I'm looking at. I did say that this is a region for buy, this is a region for sell, and I bought over here. Very nice aggressive move, quite aggressive because there's no candle confirmation. I engaged the trade already. All right, partially is because this red line over here that I have modified, kind of accurate. If you go and observe all the high and low, it does spotted those high and low at a time. All right, the only thing is that not every time it will go back to the previous high, but indeed it is the previous low. Correct. So I want something that can react accurately on this movement. All right, see, okay, all right, over here, this is the lowest point, turn up. All right, so I find that it's actually pretty decent settings. In fact, I really feel that it's better than the previous RSI that I have used. All right, so I've already long the market. If you click the play button, all right, so when you click the play button, you can see that the market did go deeper, break and close below the low. And of course, when I saw that, I was like, oh no, what have I done? Before the market closed for the end of the month, Thursday, Friday, I just got myself into a losing trade and this and that. So it does really happen to traders like myself as well. Been trading for some times, and when month ends come and stuff like that, sometimes it does give you that kind of thinking whether, oh, should I enter it? Oh, it's a winning trade, everyone is happy, but if it's a losing trade, what have I done, you know? So those emotion does come in, but once you look back into your reward is to risk ratio, why you engage it and stuff like that, usually it's pretty fine. And of course, this is something kind of new Why I say kind of new, because this is one of my course content. We call it sideways bounce 1 2 3 4. It's okay to buy, it's just that it's a bit aggressive here, but after the confirmation I will not have much level to take profit with. So the decision has made. Just before I rest and call it a night, the market is still on kind of like a negative zone. I say okay, it's fine, I'll wake up and see how it goes. So this is 3 a.m. candle, missed my target profit by 0.2 pips. Then I woke up with this indecision candle, or over here we call it a magic candle. So I decided to exit the trade. Well, not too bad, couple of $100 in the pocket for this setup. So I will observe this because it come in very handy when you are trading support resistance, and of course it could be also an assistant for you if you are trading other patterns like harmonic. So I'm still observing, please give me some time on this. All right, so that's that. Great, good. All right, so back to work at 9:30. So I think this is the better time for you, correct? But sadly, Tyler, this is the one-off session we are going to do at 9 a.m. at least for now, unless I see like a crazy raving audience that's coming in. So by clicking the share button, it does help to change my decision. Maybe pound dollar on the daily chart, very interesting setup. Market has a bullish movement is on a bull run right now. I'm going to consolidation, which I like to call it a pennant consolidation before breakout, because we all know that market cannot consolidate forever. Either way, it will move to the upside or the downside, and whether is it a continuation move or not, that is the other thing. All right, so if you can see that these newly modified RSI pretty much map the scenario over here when we have the low point and the low point over here. It is pretty much accurate, plus minus 1 bar, and that's what I want. All right, I want it to go to the extreme before I'll take any reaction to that. So if not, I'll just draw a trend line to see which side it break out to. All right, so down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, nothing much over here. Okay, once again, you see all the low point, it has been identified. Likewise for the high point. All right, so of course if you shorted here, you get a losing trade. The purpose of this indicator is not to tell you where to buy or where to sell, is to help you to identify the potential lowest and the highest point. And by having that, many of times if you have been trading for some time, you'll be thinking that as long as I know where is the highest and lowest, I can make money, correct? So that's the mindset of a counter trend trader. And if you look at closely, this level not so beautiful, but at the time that it was here, it was at its highest point. Alright, so if you shorted with a good stop loss, you get stop out. Over here, it came back to the previous high. Alright, likewise, but on the third round, likewise, it's not good. On the 4th round, if you manage to short it over here and just hit it back to the support area, you will have gained back, recover some of your losses, and yeah, who knows, right? So it all seems pretty fine and pretty good because there are signs and warning signs to tell you be careful. This indecision candle is a signal for me to ask myself, can I shift stop loss? Do I want to intervene my trade? Am I following my rules? All right, so these are a couple of things. Hi Ivan has been some time, right? All right, so down to the 1-hour chart, this is what I have over here. Market came down, have a bit looking like a double bottom, but it's not. Then the market went up to the previous high. So before you plan anything, it's always good to measure, is it worth it? It's a 33 pips movement, so it's about 1:1 reward is to risk ratio if you choose to short it. But both of my indicator have not go to the extreme. I won't be interested. So what does it mean? Having RSI to go to the extreme, does it mean that the market will come down? No. Okay, so if you go up to the extreme and hook down, it does give a potential for a fast movement. So many of times, also traders will be thinking things like, it's okay for me to hit losses, or I'm okay to hit stop loss and stuff like that, but I'm just not that okay if the market, what you call, just going flat, not going anywhere. Correct? Make sense? So by having the RSI go to the extreme and came back down, most of the time the movement will be fast, all right, then it's not, all right, when you try to short it. So I'll give you some example along the way. All right, so back to the daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis. So on my end, pretty much prefer this consolidation happen. Break to either side is fine, but if you break to the downside, it does give me a selling opportunity and a buy back up somewhere over here. This is a bullish bed formation, and previously there is a bullish flag. So by having this bullish flag, the market might have just ended before reaching its final target and slide down, which is fine. All right, so waiting for a buying opportunity somewhere over here. Yeah, so down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart is very interesting formation. On the 4-hour chart, I spotted something that is kind of cool, in a way. Know some of you want to see this, right? I'll just leave it here. I shorted the market at this area based on a support and resistance. All right, I think it's on the 1-hour chart, I guess. All right, so market came down. All right, kind of having this double top movement, went back up, retest, decided to short it. Guess what happened? Make money pretty instantly. Little do I know that it was a godly formation. All right, so on the 4-hour chart there was a godly, and market came down. All right, so for those who engage the trade like this, you did your own analysis, congratulations. All right, down to the 1-hour chart, nothing much over here. Let us go back to the 4-hour for a bit. So you can see that this chunk over here is consolidation, so read it carefully. Sometimes you might not just want to miss it. Over here it might have some patterns that's forming again. You just remember one thing: when you see consolidation and you see M-like or W-like structure, it is potentially a harmonic pattern setup. All right, so that's that. On the 1-hour chart, you can see market has a bearish movement, went back to the previous support level and have this kind of movement. So having this, let us do a quick check. I don't think this qualified for anything in terms of harmonic pattern at this moment, but if you zoom out a bit, you'll find that there is a, if you want to, it is still possible for this what you call a shark pattern, a type 2. You should be in right now, but if you're not, it's fine. So if you're looking for buying opportunity, you can wait for a support area and wait for a buying opportunity somewhere around this zone. So what I'll do, I'll just right click, add alert for observation, H1 shark pattern, and type 2 check back. All right, so something like that. So that's for the pound dollar. Today's session is a bit lengthy, correct, at this moment. I just like to take the time to actually catch up with you guys as well, and to share a bit some of my new finding, stuff like that. All right, so yeah, so if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm posting on Instagram, kind of. I'll just leave it there just now. Supposedly I should send it at about 9 a.m. Everything is typed up. Yeah, so let us continue and going, man. All right, so on the daily chart, back to the daily chart, dollar yen on the daily chart, can see this is the bullish movement that I've been talking about. Another break and close above the high. So just note that it does have a break and close above the high, but just before that, the market break and close below the low price. All right, kind of. We have not broke this support, which is fine. Very bullish movement over here. If I were you, I'll look for a buying opportunity, but I'll be open for the thoughts of shorting as well. All right. So this is the movement that we saw just now. Market came down and went up. All right. Bullish movement. Bearish movement. Consolidation. 1 hour chart. You can see after the gap for this pair, the market has covered back. I find that most of the time, not all, but most of the time, when gaps happen, it does have the cover back. The only question is, it's not 100%. That's one. The second thing is that you don't know how deep it will go. All right. So there are ways for you to take advantage of it. You can use the help of indicators like this. All right. Or what you can do is just wait for a check back. Meaning to say that market has went up, you wait for it to come back down to the previous opening or the low of the candle. Open close of the lower point of the candle and take it as a signal to enter the trade. Your target, you can look at the previous closing of the gap, which is very beautiful over here. If you manage to trade it, let's say in an aggressive moment, aggressive way, a 3-bar reversal, break and close above the high, this will be your entry price all the way to finish up this gap. It's a 35 pips move. All right, so I would say that it's quite a high accuracy rate trade for this. All right, so that's dollar yen. Back to the daily chart. Hi Daniel. Daily chart, we have this head and shoulder formation over here. The shoulder, head, shoulder area. To me, it's kind of completed already. This head and shoulder. 47, 11047 is about less than 20 pips away. To me, it's kind of over. Down to the 4-hour chart. This is the area that I have shorted the market. All right, supply zone, and I kind of shorted it. You share with my traders analysis. Support resistance is still pretty much my baseline in trading, correct? 10944. You went way beyond it. 77 pips. How do you like it? All right. So if you miss this kind of trade, you can definitely go to our website under the traders package and complete the registration here. Most of my trades, like more than 90% of my trades, will be there. Only reasons it's not there is that let's say I have engaged a trade on the spot and the market has just take off, then there's no way I can update and benefit you. And other things, like let's say I'm doing like a testing trade or a scalping trade that require quick reaction, or it doesn't have a fixed target or stops, which is very rare for my style of trading, then I won't post those trades. All right, so that's that. All right, like it. 100 pips movement, fantastic. All right, to the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, you can see that there is two bearish movement, strong bearish movement I'm looking at. So this is like a marking for me to let me know, hey Rayn, what you are looking at, what am I looking at, and stuff like that. So I think we have something that may able to form up at this area. It's just that the consolidation really takes some time, and for it to take so long, sometimes I'm kind of like not that interested. Alright, so yeah, it is still possible for a bad pattern. Alright, so X to A to B, kind of like this. Alright, so quick revision for you, Tyler, just in case. Hi, Angeline. Alright, so back to the daily chart. Let's go to the next pair. Euro Yen on the daily chart, you can see the market has break and closed above the high a couple of times and came back down. So on the daily chart, I'll register this Euro Yen. Overall, it is still bearish, alright, but it does have a chance of a reversal as well. So take note. So how do I get that? Very simple. Our framework, analyze, plan, and execute. Market came down. Alright. So some of you might be taking this as the leg that it moved down. So it's fine. This is the previous high. Market did not break and close above the high. It only break and close above the high over here one time. Alright. And if you watch closely, the second time was not broken. You might have this debate that it does over here by a pip, but my end, I'll be saying that this shadow does cover the candle over here. Got it? So it's still not broken. It's pretty bearish. No doubt it is at the support area, support region. So if you're looking in for a buying opportunity, just know that you're not trend trading. Yeah. Alright, on the forward chart, very strong bearish movement. It will really take some courage for traders to go in for a buying opportunity because market is very bearish over here. There are two quick ways to look at this. The first way is look overall how many black versus the white candle. That's one. Then the other one is the body length of the candle. The black candle is so much longer than the white one. So that's that. Alright, to the 1 hour chart, this is what I have over here. Market go into consolidation. I'll be more interested for a shorting opportunity. So where is the better price to short? Here. Alright, 12041 will be the price I'm looking to short. What are my requirements? At least my modified RSI have to go extreme, came down, then I'll short it. Something like that. Alright, see how beautifully this is being configured. Capture all the high point. Alright, great opportunity over here. I would have captured it if I have spotted it. Alright, somewhere here, which is near the gap. That's the reason I will engage the trade. And to the previous low over here, 49 pips. Okay, I might not have hit the final target profit area, but having this, I may just intervene it. At least 37. Not too bad to start the new year, right? Alright, so let me share with you my analysis over here. A bearish back pattern. The market did a check back and came down. Alright, so that's that. For those who have shorted, congratulations. Those who have not, it's fine. Forward chart can see a very bearish movement and market go into a consolidation. So having this movement, it might give a bear flag pattern. Let's see how it goes. Meaning to say that a continuation more towards the downside. That's why I'm interested to short. Down to the 1 hour chart, this is what I'm looking at. So I will set an alert somewhere over here early for me to make a reaction on this. Euro Yen, H1, bear flag with a question mark. That means not confirmed. Check RSI. Okay, so this is my setting for a selling opportunity. Okay, great. To the next pair. Next pair on pound yen on the daily chart. Market has this bearish movement, market break and close above the high one time, two time is on a bull run. So analyze. This is the APE framework. Don't forget about it. I'm always using it. It's whether I have spelled it out to you or I have shared it. I have did it in a subconscious manner. Alright, so that's my framework. And analyze overall trend is a bullish movement. So if I want to look for a buy opportunity, I'm trend trading. If I'm looking for selling, I'm counter trend. Counter trend, I'll be conservative. Trend trading, I can be more bold. Alright, so to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, market is pretty much on a consolidation movement. Alright, so having consolidation, it does give you an advantage of the better reward is to risk ratio, because by selling or buying at the lowest or the highest, it does give you a great reward is to risk. So the question is which side you are taking. Alright, so for myself, we will see a bit running through it. I'm saying this the first time in the morning as well with you. On the 1-hour chart, market is on a bearish movement. Alright, so and a bit of going into consolidation. Alright, it just seems like market also celebrating Chinese New Year, which we all know that that's not the case. We have two setup over here. Okay, so if you have really engaged it, good for you. If you have not, you can wait. There's a bearish bet followed by a crab pattern. Can wait for a retest of the high 14770 to look for a short. For a crab pattern or a bet retest. Alright, so myself is still too early to say for at this point. For our chart, this is the shark movement. So I think this is off already. Okay, so any alert that you have set, and once it's off, remember to remove it, because you won't want to get confused. So this is a replica of the arrows that has been spotted by my system. If you're interested, you are in our community, you'll get to install as well. Alright, so on the 4-hour chart, this is what we have over here. Bearish movement, correct? So nothing much for me. 1-hour chart, if you manage to short on the godly, congratulations. If you manage to keep on the trade, even better. So if you have not, let's wait for setup. So on pound yen, I would say right now there's nothing much apart from the retest from the bet and godly. Okay, to the next pair, New Zealand yen. New Zealand yen is I think New Zealand yen is the trade that I am watching very closely. In fact, I do have a lot of investor interest in this. On the daily chart, you can see this over here like a double top like pattern. Okay, so traders who have missed it might want to wait for a retracement for a continuous short. Okay, you can see that this pair overall is very bearish, correct? One thing I love about this, the retracement bring it back to the previous high over here. Alright, kind of slightly break and close above the high, then it double top and came down again. So overall movement, I leave that to you. You see that you want to call it a weaker bear or it's still a bearish movement. Alright, for myself, it's still a bearish movement. On the 4-hour chart, you see this beautiful gap. Alright, so on my end, I make a call to exit the trade due to this gap because I want a better feel to enter for the shorting opportunity again. Alright, so as we can all see that it did not came back, so it's fine. it kind of double bottom over here, so it might just give me an opportunity to long, but I just need more confirmation. The last thing you want is you exited a profitable selling trade, you head in to buy up and hopefully to sell, and the market just go deeper. That's not what I want. So I may not just enter for a buy, I'll just wait here or wait for another bearish setup to engage the trade. Back to the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. Alright, so my analysis over here, this is why I shorted the market, the bearish bad pattern. Market went to the extreme, it's still valid, yeah, it's still valid. If you have the indicator, it'll tell you that it's still valid. How to get the indicator, you have to be a existing member, active member over here. I already placed the link, so check it out. Alright, so over here the arrow is here, market did a double top, shorted the market, beautiful. So for those who have missed it, you can wait for a retracement to the level that you're comfortable with. I know what's the level I'm looking at for another shorting opportunity down to the 4-hour chart. The other way is just to wait for it to come back up to short. So there are a couple of setups that for me, I call this the stack trading technique. Along the way, I'm looking for strategies that complement very well with the overarching one, which is the daily time frame bad pattern. I'm looking for more shorting opportunity over here. Okay, shark pattern, this is another opportunity. And the 1-hour chart, something that is close of 15 minutes, another opportunity to short. Alright, so right now this is on a very special color because I'm marking this trade. Pretty much I'm focusing on a selling opportunity. Alright, so anything over here I'm looking to short and just short. Alright, so that's kind of about it. So if we ignore the low price and how to read gaps, just imagine a very strong bearish candle is here. That's how I read gaps. This is the bearish movement, so I want to mark it over here, something like this. Nope, no harmonic pattern is closed, so we will see how it goes first. It might be a flag pattern, still too early to tell. Minimum for me to engage back into this trade is a retest back to the gap area. Alright, got it. To the next pair, New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar and New Zealand yen is actually pretty different. There are a couple of times traders mix them up, but it's quite different if you are looking things like patterns, head and shoulder and stuff like that. You react very differently as well. Alright, so on the daily chart, can see that we have a break and close below the low price. If you're good with structure, this is shark pattern. Yeah, so analyze overall movement, and overall movement is still bearish. Alright, down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, you can see that the market has retested back to the support area, to the 1 hour, came down, consolidation. You can see it's very different from Euro Yen, very different. It's a big difference. Alright, market came down, consolidation within the candle low. It has not break and close below the low. Whereas on New Zealand dollar, it has break and close below the low price. Even for here. Alright, so back to the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. Very sharp pattern, waiting to engage at 67.84. So this trade is not live yet. What I can do is wait for a support level. Market came down 6438 to look for a buying opportunity over here. Okay, buying opportunity over here and buy it up. But of course a tested strategy. Alright, so this is on the 4-hour chart. This was my previous focus. All right, as you can see. Weird. 6438. Yeah, it's different. All right, so this is how it moved. You see the market has gapped, respected this area, bearish flag has already completed. So this is done, so just remove it. Pretty good setup, right? So if you have followed through the trade, congratulations. Right, nothing much over here. To the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, you can see that the market has this bearish channel, break upwards of the channel breakout and resume downwards. So these are all no longer important setups. If it's not important, you can just remove it. Bearish movement over here. Market break and close below the low on the 1 hour chart. All right, so yeah, nothing much for me. On the 15 minutes, let's see. There are a couple of ways of reading this chart. Yeah, one of the way the trade has really took off is the shark pattern. Let's see, X to A. It might give you a godly, who knows, right? So somewhere over here. Note of caution, if you are watching this as a playback, traders who know me well will know that I do have many rules, and all the rules are very precise to determine whether it is a harmonic pattern or not. That comes with a lot of testing. So for now, I will tell you that if this is the lowest point, the area to look for short will not be 64.51. But for the purpose of this session, I'll just plot it as a draft. So I would say that this is the area that I might be looking for a selling opportunity. And for visibility for such, usually I put in a single time frame, and of course many of times I don't go to the 50 minutes. I'll make it visible on the 1 hour, like a reminder to me. All right, so if you head up to the 1 hour chart, you can see just nice the area is the area of my interest for a shorting opportunity. How great is that? All right, so that's the trade lineup. Don't underestimate this movement. It might really happen in January still. Tomorrow we still have a day. All right, so Australian dollar on the daily chart, bearish movement, support level, market break and close above the high price over here. All right, nothing much. Break and close below the immediate support, but it doesn't break the trend. So overall, it's kind of like a sideways movement. Seems like the market is waking up into an expansion mode. All right, it is not consolidation, it's expanding. All right, down to the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, market has a bearish movement, came up, a retracement, and went deeper. That's on the 4 hour. To the 1 hour, bearish movement, and it went to in consolidation. So my personal focus over here on Australian dollar, I'm looking for a selling opportunity. Back to the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. Over here, there was a godly pattern. If you manage to short it, good for you. If you have not, understand why I'm trying to enter for a shark. Didn't work out, so just remove it. Okay, down to the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart, there was this buy zone, never worked out as well. Market just went deeper, no longer valid, delete it. support level got broken, just leave it here first. It's a reminder that a broken of support, I might want to look for a selling opportunity. 1 hour chart, nothing much over here. Next. Alright, so Australia, Canada, on the daily chart, market went into consolidation. Last day of the move is bearish, market went into consolidation. Down to the 4 hour, this is what we have, bearish movement, and this is something that is a common theme throughout many pairs. Market just went into a consolidation over here. To the 1 hour chart, this is what we have. Bearish movement, consolidation. Back to the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis over here. Shark pattern, I told you guys that it won't happen, but I'll just leave it here for observation purpose. Down to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour chart, there was this bearish bad pattern that I'm waiting for it to form up. In fact, it looked quite promising before it tapered off. So this is no longer valid. Check the alert. Delete the alert. Alright, so this was the bearish movement. Market went up, came down. Alright, so it might still give me something like a shark pattern. Alright, so I'll just do this, and of course shark, there are other rules. I think it will just go higher and stuff like that. Just remove it for now. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, for our time frame, it will take some time. On the 1 hour chart, nothing much. It has a shark pattern that has took profit already. Apart from that, right now is strong bearish move, wait for a retracement. So right now, nothing much as well, unshaded. Alright, so next pair, dollar Canada. I think dollar Canada is quite an interesting pair right now. Perhaps oil is on the move right now again. On the daily chart, the overall market is still sideways. Over here, a break and close below the low happened, a retracement. So it can form a harmonic pattern if it came back down again. Alright, it can form a harmonic pattern to have the point C, X to A to B, B to C, CD completion. Alright, so to the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart looks very like a double top. In fact, I'm very tempted to short it right now. Perhaps after the live session, I'll just enter this trade. There's something over here. Have you spotted it yet? Down to the 1 hour chart, nothing much. Back to the daily, let me share with you my analysis. And my analysis on the daily chart, there is a potential of a bullish crab pattern and a much lower price at 1.2861. To the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, this is the gully pattern that I am talking about. The market has this double top setup, like it's kind of still valid. Let me just double check a bit on my live setup, or rather my assistant over here. Yep. Alright, so on the 1 hour chart, it is within my band, and if you are looking for a aggressive sorry about that. So if you're looking for an aggressive selling opportunity, you can. But if you are not that comfortable, what you can do is wait for a, right now the market has double top, correct? Wait for a confirmation and a pullback before you short the market. That's another way. So dollar CAD, take note of that. Yeah. Alright, take note of that on dollar CAD 1 hour chart. Okay. So this was the setup that was spotted. by my system. Over here, X to A, A to B, B to C, C to completion. It's not kind of within the rules that I trade, if you know, but it does have a valid setup in a way. It has really took profit, market came back up. So if this helps you to really analyze and see if you want to enter this trade, solely up to you. Pretty good reward is the risk, that's for sure. Yeah, I'll leave that to you. All right, and it does over here what actually stopped me, because on this 1 hour chart, it does have a bullish movement that it went to consolidation over here, a bearish one engulfing. Usually when we spotted this, the market would just go down, but it did not. Went up, came down, magic candle with this very long shadow is in a way telling me that the downward pressure is not strong enough to push it down even further, and it went to consolidation. So I might just need to observe a bit more on this. All right, to the next pair, Canada yen. So CAD yen, let me just pull up the Facebook. All right, so if you have any questions, you can put it in right now, because of the pound Australia, we are quite a day. On the Canada yen setup, what we can see over here is a pretty bullish movement. All right, bullish movement. This will be the starting point of the most recent movement. As long as this is not broken, you can go in for a call for a buying opportunity. For our chart, this is what we have, a gap when market came up to cover back the gap. So the only yen that we spotted that have not covered back up is the one that I was in. All right, it never covered back up. Yep, so that's the thing. Yeah, so to the 1 hour chart, nothing much over here. Back to the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. There is this butterfly pattern. I'd like to take this opportunity to congrats Kelvin. Kelvin has managed to short it, and he's running his live session over there in Hong Kong to the mainland Chinese, and of course very profitable trade. I'm so happy for you. It's about 190 pips to 200 pips movement. Congratulations. All right, so this is not the end yet. For those who have not engaged the trade, then you now know you can focus on a shorting opportunity. Am I right? So sometimes don't just get too focused on the oh, I've missed the trade and stuff like that. Okay, but ask yourself if the rules still allow you to enter the trade. If it does, good for you. So the rules based on two sides. First is whether the market rules allow you to do so. The second is more towards things like is it within your rules, your trading rules, and you have firmly set that in. All right, so if you're around, please say hi, because if you're not in my Facebook as a friend, I will know that you're around, kind of. All right, so for the Canada yen, pretty much looking for another selling opportunity. So this might be the last leg of the move over here. Market came down, went back up, came down, went back up. So this became the most recent sell zone. This area over here. All right, so I would say that we might have something over here. So you are not required. Okay, so for those traders who know all the rules on that pattern, please go and check on it. This is a sketch over here. Okay. Alright, so this is what going to happen. I'm waiting over here for a shorting opportunity. CJ H1. So pretty interesting. I think February, moving towards the end of January, there are a couple of good trades set up that I'm waiting for. Yeah, so this is a stack trade potential. So CAD Yen and this New Zealand Yen is on my top list. Alright. Why is this in this color? Yeah, I suppose so. Normal. Alright, so if you are in a platform that you can color code it, that would be great. If not, then you just have to use things like the Apple Note or the Google Keep to really take notes, or the traditional way, the whiteboard over here. Yeah, that would be helpful. Alright, so to Pound Australia, last pair that we are going to cover today. Hi, morning, Karin. What a surprise. Happy New Year to you. So on the last pair on Pound Australia, is on its bullish movement. Alright, market retests to the previous high over here. So pretty good, interesting area for a shorting opportunity. One good thing is at his historical high. The one bad thing is I don't see any support over here or resistance over here. I have to just move one time frame higher. Okay, and here we go. Alright, so market was at its resistance area, very good area. The previous high over here didn't work out, then the market came down. Alright, likewise over here when a consolidation and a break. That's on the weekly. Alright, so sell down and go to the weekly chart if it does. If I do, there are various reasons, a weekly setup, or in fact Euro Yen, there's a weekly setup. Alright, so later we can go and see that to end of today's session. On the weekly chart, is on a high price, so daily chart traders, you might able to look for a shorting opportunity. 24-hour, nothing much over here, and 31-hour, this is what I have. Alright, back to the daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis over here. Was a head and shoulder of my interest. I think now it's invalid, just delete it. And let us just for interest to see. You see this very beautiful indicator. It does give quite a good setup for initial short, I would say. Alright, so I think for the Pound Australia, yeah, there is something set up that caught by my system I'm using over here. So it started on the 2018 3rd of December. Let's see. So sometimes having a system is good in a way, because I won't be going so far back to 2018 December the 3rd to really spot a pattern. If you get what I'm trying to say, I think this is it. Yep, this is the movement. Alright, guess what pattern is this? A pattern that I seldom trade. It's a AB, CD movement. Okay, it's very different compared to the AB equals CD. Complete somewhere over here. Alright, so by having this in place, you know that this can be an area that traders are looking for a selling opportunity. Overall trend still bullish. Looking for a shorting opportunity over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set an alert somewhere at this area because it's on the daily chart. I have more than enough time to react to this. Pound Australia daily chart, and I will put a B, C, D. Let's see if there's any other setup. Just do this first. I think there's something on the 4-hour and daily chart. I think it's more for the daily chart. Alright, so on the daily chart, have you spotted it? Yep, there's another setup that I think is better for me to engage. One reason is I don't trade off the ABCD just like that. I need other things. Yeah, so a pattern like this would help. A bad pattern for a deeper entry, a better entry. For the fun of this, let's see how it showed up on the 4-hour and the 1-hour chart, shall we? Let's see. Yeah, it's valid on the 4-hour as well. Alright. So not much. 41. Okay, so that's that. This godly pattern, you can just forget about it. For those who are interested, I did not engage this trade. Wise decision, I think. There are signs for me not to engage the trade. What was it? I think it's the bullish candle is too strong over here. Alright, and the next indication candle I have, the magic candle I have this tail on the downside. I was waiting for a confirmation and a check back to enter. It did not happen, so I just grabbed this trade. Okay, I even write a warning sign. Alright, so that's that. To the 1-hour chart, let's see. On the 1-hour chart, nothing much. So this is pretty much one of the main focus I'm looking at as well. Very, very important trade for me because as you guys know that this pound Aussie can be quite a rough one. It's worse than a beast. I call it a juggernaut. It moves like crazy, but once you're able to get hold of it, it will be very, very profitable for you. Alright. Hi Daniel and Ines. Hi everyone. Alright, so we have come to the end of today's session. If you are thinking of, hey, I want to learn this, I do not have financial background, is it fine? I have developed a program that able to coach you within a day. This is our website. We have even economy data in and other global news are in as well. So on the site, you can see the upcoming events. On the 5th of February, we have a workshop in Singapore, Bushra Street, Arab Street area. So if you are thinking of just working 30 minutes a day, that's pretty much, even for the live session, we only run it for about 1 hour. That's include with a lot of chit chats and stuff like that. And I'm moving very, very slowly. It took me usually within 30 minutes and all my students 30 minutes because they don't look at 12 pairs. 2 to 4 is more than enough. So if you are really tired, if you really enjoy the Chinese New Year so much, and you find that it's quite a drag to go to work, and every time you feel that, then perhaps the job that you're in is not what you love. I can't say for sure that you will love trading, but you never try it, you never know it. The worst case what can happen is that you just have to work 30 minutes instead of couple of hours compared to couple of hours a day. And the best part of it, you can just not going out to travel, you know, now with the virus and stuff like that. If even without the virus, it's about 1 to 2 hours every day, day in day out, just on traveling. All right, so with you working from home, you can even cook yourself meals that you don't like to cook. You can just get your food delivered. You don't even need to go out. All right, so that's, I think, will be the future very, very soon, that people might really spend more time working from home, and trading can be one of the ways to do it, and you get to get on with things that you really love. Just need 30 minutes a day and commit a day to learn from me. So we'll go through a couple of things. I'll even share with you the star trade of the month in February. What is the big trade I'm looking at during the 3 hours workshop. All right, so if you're determined to really break away from your current income structure and driven to look for success outside the box and have an open mind to learn, 5th of February is a Wednesday. You guys know that I don't do on Wednesday, because usually Wednesday evening, or rather afternoon, is the what you call my Facebook live session. The session that you're in right now usually is on a Wednesday. So the reason I put it on Wednesday, because time is really packed, and I do not have enough time to run a lot of things. February is a very packed month for me. So please, if you love it, don't miss it anymore, because might be the last few sessions that we are running in Singapore. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Head on to the website, register, and I'll see you there. Till then, remember always plan your trade and share your plan, and looking forward to see you soon. See you guys.